Thank you once again. My name is Oyebanji Akins, so you can call me DJ Fresh. And today's episode, we're gonna be talking about what happened to Mohbad before and after his death. But I'm not doing it alone. I have my wonderful friend right here with me. This is gonna be the first time y'all gonna be seeing his face, but I could definitely promise you it's a face you're gonna be seeing a lot. And it's from Nigeria. He's been in the United States for a while. And without not do too much of, like I always say, not to waste our time. Vic, would like to say one or two things to our audience?
Hello. My name is Victor. And Fresh. We're ready. My name is just, all you need to know, my name is Victor. All right.
So Victor, I'm gonna make you start. I want to hear your opinion being a Nigerian, and for the audience that listens to us that doesn't know you, you have a lot of strong influence when it comes to music industry in Nigeria, and you know a lot of people. I'm not gonna put who you know and who you doesn't know, but that have given you an edge to be able to say some fact about some things you know. And what are the things you want to say about Mohbad's death actually? And to everybody watching, this is just our own personal view. We're not trying to enforce this on you. And we're doing this as a disclaimer to anybody that's listening, but we definitely believe our opinion will help a couple of our people that follow us and to be able to think outside the box about what happened to Mohbad. And may his soul rest in perfect peace, and we pray for justice on his death. So Victor, what would you like to say about Mohbad as a person?
All right. Fresh, you just said it. First of all, this is our opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
True.
So if you feel you have a strong opinion about what I'm about to say, or if I'm wrong or right, it's just an opinion. This is what my take on this issue. Been in the industry for a while, knowing in depth about a lot of stuff once it comes to Afrobeats and in music in general. Sort of. I will say that let's just put it out there. Nobody knows, Olu.
Yeah, that's what I
know what I'm saying. Like,
I said,
everybody's coming.
Only God knows.
Right.
Only God knows.
Only God knows exactly. Not if you're not if you're part of the circle, Mohbad's camp, so to say. Like if you're not in that camp, you're not following him. You don't know the text messages on his phone for the past couple of days, who he's been talking to, like the close friends around. I feel like you just don't know because there's speculations out there right now.
I think for me, I'm sorry to stop you. I've been putting this on, if anybody that follow me on my Twitter very much, I've been saying like, for me personally, I think depression might have played a big role. For me.
I think
for me.
I will agree to that because, and you're talking because you're a fan and you've seen this guy from his first song, his first EP, you've seen him grow. You've seen what he's been going through online, the posts of people trying to let's just you know what, let's just talk about the elephant. Let's talk about elephant in the room, right?
Okay. All right.
Let's bring it out there. Everybody's speculating that it's Marlians, the Marlians record label. Everybody calling out Naira Marley.
I'll call them out too.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I feel like I'm calling them out. Right. Because they know better than how they treat the boy. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
For any record label that once your record artist left, and part of the reason why he left was something that's affecting him, the little they can do is to stretch the hand of helping him out. Right. You understand? So, and the reason why I keep mentioning part about saying depression killed the boy, depression might be a big thing that killed the boy. I'm not saying that's exactly that killed him. Right. And it's because of like I said on my Twitter, I said, when you entrust some things with people, and they found that they kind of, betray you, it goes a long way.
I'll say because why?
And I think his former record label betrayed him.
Okay. Betrayal is okay. I mean, what we understand with this death that everybody's trying to figure out what happened is that you said something about depression.
Yeah.
Do you know that Mohbad is just one of thousands of artists in Nigeria right now, that not even in Nigeria, that's going through. But let's just focus. But
he's been the only one that I've been able to be vocal enough to keep telling the world like I'm going through the shit.
Okay.
Some people don't talk about it.
Some people don't talk about it exactly. So what does anybody do? Why isn't it? Nobody's even looking into it and saying, why? What's going on? Can we help you? Now look at his friend Bella Schmurder came out and he's been like, he publicly telling the world like, listen, before this guy go die, everybody will come to say R.I.P. R.I.P. He's going through this, but nobody followed up on that, right? So depression could be a part of it, like I said. But do you remember there was a time, there was some posts online that he was in the hospital, he was getting drip, people were talking about his blood pressure was going up. Does he have other medical issues that we don't know about? Does he have other? There's another thing.
In your own case, what do you? What if you had to really, from your own perspective, what would you pin it to that feel like, man, of course, what killed the boy?
Okay, I'll keep it 100.
Yeah, I want you 100.
I'll keep it 100. Right. Yeah. Check this out. I'm in the medical field.
All right.
I always got to think medically first.
Most definitely. I got to respect you on that part.
Right.
Yeah,
before I think of the whatever, right? I'll think of the medical part. That's why I brought that. Like you mentioned, depression is part of a medical diagnosis. You know, high blood pressure was what I heard that he had. It was being treated for high blood pressure. I think about that. I think about heart attack at 27 years old with a lot of other medical factors going in your system that hasn't been properly diagnosed. You could have a heart attack. Your heart could be, high blood pressure could lead to a heart attack. You get what I'm saying? Just at that age,
the boy was acting strange.
He was okay.
He died.
Another thing also we need to play in factor is that there was a rumor that he was on a lot of drugs.
But he sang in his song that he stopped, even though people don't want to believe it.
There was another post online that Naira Marley came up, was actually talking to his father.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, they said he
was recording. He was like, "Yo, like your son can't even remember his lyrics when he performs." He was having. We were thinking Alzheimer's. We're thinking some kind of like dementia, Alzheimer's or something going on. You can't remember your lyrics at the age of 25. Thinking drug-induced psychosis, all this factor leading to depression. So there's so much. Autopsy has to be done. You get what I'm saying? God help Nigeria.
Right. Even the autopsy might be done. I'm still scared about the result that will come out because Nigeria is a Nigerian system that we know. Even though you might use 8 hospitals, you understand? I agree. 8 hospitals, they will tell you what to say, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Okay, can we just ask ourselves why did they bury him so fast?
That's one thing I don't even understand why they buried the boy though. Like it doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
He's not a Muslim.
Is there? Okay.
It's not like he's so poor. It wasn't like it's just an ordinary person that the world doesn't even know.
Right.
He's a name known. Is a boy that just dropped an album not like 2-3 months ago. Okay. So I don't understand whoever that ignites the fact of bury the boy. I don't know whoever that put it in their head. It doesn't even make sense.
I think there's so much going on that they don't want the fans or anybody that's not part of. I feel like there's corruption going on, in my opinion too. There's I don't know, they're paying some people not to say some things.
And I think it's deeper than that because even Mohbad wasn't coming out straight about everything that happened. I'll tell you why.
You could tell me why.
Because that's why I keep saying depression kicking. I think there's a lot of factors that we don't know. I agree with you saying about the blood pressure, heart attack might have happened. But I'm saying to say, which I'm just saying because
like we said, my opinion. These are my opinions.
Even I'm sorry to say this, whoever might be watching, I still don't believe in autopsy when it comes out in Nigeria. I'm just being real.
Bro, I agree.
I'm not trying to break the system.
No,
like I said, it's just my view.
I agree
because back home where we left, there's some things where actually let me put it like this. I believe the autopsy will be right, and I will say that to say because of the system we have. Hopefully, our new president is saying like, if you don't do your job, I will fire you. Hopefully, it can stay on that part. Hopefully, that will give us the right thing we need to know about the death because this boy death will change a lot of things in Nigerian music industry. A lot of cabal
I think
are going on.
Right. You have a point. You have a point there.
That Mohbad's death will make a lot of things to change. It will help some young artists coming up too. And like I tweeted again, I said the Nigerian system needs to get into some kind of way to see how deal they give to these boys. What kind of deal, what kind of structure is having in the music industry in Nigeria? Like what kind of deal are they giving this young coming artist? We know adding other names to, I'm not going to mention the name, but we know there's an artist that's still back home right there that complains saying they're ripping me off. There's a reason. Till date, we still don't know who is ripping that boy off. But he's singing in the song like, they're ripping me off, man. And I don't want to. The
structure, okay, like you just mentioned one thing that I wanted to just like add to like really, really, really embark on is the fact that you said that there's this industry, there might be something that is going on. There might be something that is going on there we don't know, but you said it's gonna like open up. It's gonna open up
right now.
Right. Yes, but you said it's gonna open up. You said it's gonna open up Like, you go open the nyash for that industry. Make
Thank
them
you
know,
now.
say, something
And it's not
has
just-
to be done.
Not just in the music industry, even in the movie industry, even in the comedians, even in the skit makers. They all have this cabal of, you know, if you don't go through me,
if you don't go through me, you're
and
not gonna make it.
if you start with the wrong people, you messed up.
But no, if you start with the wrong people, you mess up, which is true.
I mean, the cabals.
Right, but someone like Mohbad, you gotta understand, this guy's from the streets, bro. So anybody that comes up to me and tell me, yo, Vic, I want to help you, man. I see the way, bro. I don't have anybody coming to help me. You saying you're going to help me? I don't even care where your stand is. I'm ready to. I'm gonna jump in because you're the first person coming out to tell me you want to help me. I'm from the streets. I don't know nobody. So you're the only person. So Naira Marley started off with this guy. You know, apparently brought him up.
They brought themselves up because he helped them too. There wasn't Malians. If you notice, there was Naira Marley. There wasn't Malians.
Okay.
And when Mohbad dropped his falls, I remember that track then, Adura with Bella Shmurda.
Right.
Then they did Kokbot,
He did with reps.
And that was when we started hearing something called, if you notice, where even our elderly ones were complaining Nigeria, like there's nothing about Malians. Because what Malians represent wasn't a good thing for Nigerians. If you remember, then they would say, don't go to school, be a Malians. Okay. If you slap your this one, you're Malians. If this thing go, you're Malians. Like Malians become a brand a lot of youth in Nigeria embrace.
Correct.
Which it was a good thing for the youth because they don't have a voice that could talk.
Like
I want to express myself to be like, you know, they say some nasty words that people, even Whiskey said in one interview, he said, you know, he said, when they said, who do you respect much in this industry? He said, I respect Naira Marley because he said things I can't say, that nobody will be able to say.
That's why you see, that's what I'm trying to say. So it goes back to an artist just being who they are. You understand? Malians are people that feel like we don't need a restraint. Nobody should hold us back. Let's feel free to express ourselves. Be it in our dance, be it in our lyrics, be it in our fashion.
All right, like you're saying, like I feel like the Nigerian music industry needs to be restructured. Hopefully they could get justice for Mohbad's death, and that could change. And I pray people don't exploit it now, because I started seeing a lot of musicians coming out trying to go after their record label because of Mohbad. Please, if you're part of those people, if your story is not genuine, don't do it, because what you're doing is you're affecting people that are really going through something. Like I might be going through it, and you're about to exploit Mohbad's death, having some little evidence, and you want to take that chance to really go after people that have built something big. Because let's be realistic, most of the record label in Nigeria are self-made record label. Nigeria doesn't have a structure where they get loans like that. I remember that time when, was it MI or Two-Face that was saying, you know, shout out to all these people that do whatever they're doing to get them, like they are the one that sponsor us. Like you can't go to bank and say, I need like this amount of money to do it. They were like, we believe in what you're doing. So them coming in open doors to really expand business. So most of the record label in Nigeria have been self-raised. So a lot of people have really struggled to get their shit to where it is. And somebody coming out now because Mohbad is dead, and you're trying to exploit people that are really, really hustling for their thing. You're about to make it worse for the next generation coming after you. So please, if you're out there and you know you're a musician or you know an artist and you have issue with your record label in the past, don't take Mohbad's death to just lie.
Right.
Don't take this death to mess everything up. Because now everything everybody's saying online is being watched.
Right.
Anybody that come online saying anything, they're about to take you serious. So if you're lying to the level that they found out that you're lying, you're about to make the next person that really going through something not to get a chance to be heard. Now, Mohbad is not the first person, like I said.
He's not.
A lot of people have been going through this thing, but this boy died on the course of proving himself.
Right.
And like I told people, I said, this boy is being bullied both online and off online. And that is not easy. I always tell people, just the fame alone is stressful. Just being famous, you're dealing with your family, your friend, your enemy, your record label, the fans. Now come to think about dealing with somebody that you entrust your life with. Now they messed you up. And that's why I keep going back to the fact of saying depression might have been a key role for me. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not having the exposure to understand what you carry, if you're not having the right family, you don't have the right friends, you're not in the right surroundings, and everything is coming at you, you're definitely going to break. A 27-year-old boy going through blood pressure.
Right. Going through what he went through it's just so, I can't even comprehend. Like, it's just so much. But like I said though, we don't really know the in-depth of what really... Okay, now look at this, right? We're talking about Malians. We're talking about... If there was no Malian record label, let's be honest, is there going to be a Mohbad?
Oh, nah, in that part, I think there will be a Mohbad.
Okay.
And the reason why I said... No, the reason why I said...
That's what I'm saying. Like, so...
No. Wait, don't go. I want to say on that.
Right.
There are some artists that record label developed them.
Okay.
Mohbad already dropped a single that was already popping. And even Bella Shmurda said it. Bella said Mohbad was doing fine before you guys signed him.
Okay.
It wasn't like it was bad. Now, chances it might not have get to where it is quick, but the boy was on the path. And I think that was what made the boy to feel like, I don't want to deal with you guys because I feel like what I carry is enough for me to get to where I need to.
But that goes back to, I'm not RIP Mohbad, but I'm not going to, I'll interject there. You know why?
Why? You're more into the music industry, so I'm going to have to give you some opinion for you.
Do you know there's a lot, thousands of people like Mohbad, even way better than him, even in that same hood that we're talking about, even in that same, like you just said, oh, he might, we don't know. he might not be, without the Malian music, he probably may not be, because there's a lot of Mohbad that's probably way better than him.
No, I don't agree with that, though.
And they're still moving that direction, but still have not popped off. They're still going in, but they have not popped off because they don't have that engine. They don't have that record label, that thing to parachute.
But he has parted ways with them though, and the boy is still doing fine. Which means if he doesn't go through them, he's gonna be doing fine. Even though now listen,
the exposure, the initial exposure. No, I'm not saying okay. No, we can't. I just feel like we can't tell. That's where I stand with that.
No, I agree. I agree and I don't agree. You know what I said? I agree and I don't agree. There's a lot of people that have been dropped from their record label and they can't do anything else. There's a lot of names.
Just talking about they were dropped, but they were in the record label at first though.
Now that's what I'm saying. Like, listen to me. Listen to me. Mohbad was able to drop a track that was doing fine before being signed to Malians.
Right.
Now to be categorically say, the first 1 year Mohbad was the one pushing them. The voice. Naira Marley was just dropping some voice into it. Nice. Mohbad was, Malians. I'm not saying Naira Marley have his own brand. Mohbad was that name that helped. Even there was a track he dropped. He said, "We started Malians together." It wasn't like, so even though you guys are dropping me and they dropped him, right? No, the boy said, "I want to go." I take that back. The boy said, "I want to go." Right. And when the boy left, you don't have to bully the boy now.
Right.
Now that's what I'm saying. The record label should have come in. Okay. When the likes of Sammy Larry was bullying the boy, right? Naira Marley should have come in to like, don't do that to that boy.
There must be that's
you understand?
Right.
Like, don't. See, you are harassing the boy.
That was.
And for a young boy,
that was for a boy at that age.
You shouldn't have video. Somebody's coming to me.
Every time he's outside in the public,
he's scared.
You all in his. Like, he has to look his shoulders. Like, where are these people coming from? Is it my life? Is it my family? That is scary.
And I'm not sure of this fact, but there's this news out there when Bella talked about Mohbad and Bella was in London. Right. The video was out there that thank God that the boy was in the house. Some couple of people went to Bella's place. Even though there was no fact saying it was from Naira Marley or Malian's record label. But why is it when the Yoruba people will say... I just something. Why is it that when you talk about something yesterday, somebody come at you today? Which means you're making me to make some connection to it. Now let's forget about Bella on, right?
Right.
The video is out there. You are harassing this boy all around.
Right.
So the boy is scared of saying, I still want to sing. I'm scared to go and do show.
Can we ask ourselves, why is this harassment taking place?
I think the harassment is taking place because, like I said, the Nigerian government needs to come into the system to start structuring things.
Okay,
you know, if you have a law,
can we ask ourselves? Yeah, you just said that, which is valid.
If you have valid, the boy write the letter to the police now, like I'm being harassed. Okay. Nothing was done.
Perfect.
So that's what I'm saying. Okay. The Nigerian government needs to take that part serious. That if I go to the police, this is the thing. If you're lying, they're going to come after you. Right. If you're saying the truth, we're going to help you out. So if the boy, imagine the boy is like, was able to get to like, I'll use this fast dad.
Right.
They will have helped the boy.
Of course, that's money. But guess what, though? But that has to do with Nigeria and money.
I don't think...
It's who you know. Number one, who you know and how much you got. Okay, imagine if he has a good
Manager too.
Manager. He has somebody that's backing him up and say, you know what? This letter you just wrote to the police, I'm taking it to the Supreme Court. I'm taking it to a higher level.
And
Because they're not doing
I think
anything.
there's more to what happened between them.
That's what I'm trying to
Because
explain
why
to
would
you.
that boy have a letter that died?
And nobody followed up.
Even
Exactly.
the boy should have put it online himself. Like, even though he came online saying, if I died, y'all should hold millions. And I think saying that word goes deeper than what we all know. Let's agree that the boy was using that to affect millions, right?
Right.
But now the boy is dead. So, which means there's nothing to lie about.
Right.
You understand? If the boy is trying to exploit them, like, you know what, I'll fuck this record label up. But the boy died
he's not.
saying the same thing.
But he's saying the same thing. We hearing this is where the whole like saga is just going from left to right. They not. Do you hear they accusing the wife or something like she's part of the
the wife part? I will say this.
Right.
Disclaimer to anybody listening to this.
Right.
There's a lot that our country as a culture needs to start learning.
Agree.
And what I mean by saying that is this. If a 17, 18-year-old boy was able to make money, don't be quickly thinking everybody's doing fraud. That's one. And stop feeling entitled in people's sources. Right. And I will tell you why. And one of the reasons why I feel like people should stop feeling entitled to people's sources is because if I start making millions, which I know, I can talk about the Yoruba tribe.
Right.
You can come for me anytime. This is my fact.
Right.
Everybody's entitled to your success now. Somebody feel like you're supposed to buy me this. Somebody feel like I'm supposed to be entitled to your money.
I don't think it's just Yoruba though. Igbo too have
now, if you don't do nothing to them,
right.
Guess what they're expecting? They're waiting for your downfall.
They're praying for you to
now,
fail.
when you fall, everybody have stories about your life and why they're entitled to your life. Now, you going after the wife saying the wife is doing this. That's trash.
That's what I'm. It's
now, my dad might have raised me. My mom might have raised me. I tweeted something. I said, somebody said something. He said, pray that they give birth to a child today. The child can die. And there's a boy that might become rich and they won't look back to help their parents. But in my own tweet, I said, I pray none of us should experience somebody like that. If a child doesn't go back to help their parent, there's something between that part.
Absolutely.
There's no way a child will grow up, become rich, and doesn't want to eat the parent.
Right. I think that's universal.
So Nigeria now thinking,
right,
the wife is doing this. In the Bible that I know, once you're married, it's your family. You don't come to me and be telling me I got to do my family. If I don't want to take care of you, fuck you. I don't want to take care of you. But if my parents have raised me right, I would definitely want to take care of them. Now, disclaimer to this. Some people are raised right, they still want to help their family. I'm going to tell you like this, it's in your bloodline.
Right.
If they raise you right and you decided not to take care of your family, they should check your bloodline. There's somebody you resemble in your bloodline. You're repeating something that has been done in your bloodline. That's why you don't want to take care of somebody in your family. So that's your family problem. Okay. So now people coming about saying
a lot of people airing their part and like
that's they're about to even make the boy's death to be worse to even handle.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Stop bringing the wife. Let the wife enjoy they have a son.
Where do we start off? Because I heard, where do we start off with that? Why? Where does this woman, I heard also that, she wanted, because I think she wanted something to do with, to have like a big wedding for the wedding, but she couldn't because Mohbad doesn't want it. He doesn't want her to be out there in the public. He wanted to keep it low key.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
See, when you don't, this is the thing about Nigerian people. This is messed up. Yoruba people are messed up. See, when I advise you and you don't go my way, guess what I'm about to start doing? I'm about to talk about the bad things.
Right. Talking crap about
I wouldn't respect your home. I wouldn't even want to respect the fact that you open up to me. I'm about to use your story to start trashing you out.
But that's why we're having conversations like this. Because it brings awareness. Like
we need to do better.
Like people that are trying to even know what is this Nigerian culture, what is this African culture about, what is this? So that's why this podcast, like what we do here, is just also make you think outside the box. You can't you got
to think outside the box.
We can't be so narrow-minded and thinking it's just one way. Right.
Please, I'm not better than you.
Absolutely.
And I'm not telling you to follow my words. I'm not saying I'm saying something that is very understandable. Just take when I talk to people, I said, stop for a second. Forget about everything you know. Ask yourself this question. Everything I've known since I'm born, am I on the right track? Or I'm supposed to be more open-minded to listen to somebody's opinion? Absolutely. Social media is out there for us on Instagram. Everybody just want to take the bad thing. Take the good things.
Absolutely. And also, I could put out a clip of something, right? and just post it or do whatever I want to do. It does not make you don't even know the whole genesis of how that clip comes out. So you take that little clip
and then you
run with it. And you believe that's what it is. That's if we want to tie it out to Mohbad's death. All those little clips we're seeing, we don't even know the genesis of it. We don't know the depth of what this thing entails. So please, people out there that are watching this, let's educate ourselves. Let's be enlightened. Let's be extremely open-minded.
I think the key word is being open-minded.
Right.
And
you said,
I want to add this to it. May Mohbad Imole soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
I pray everybody that are close to him have the power to stay strong.
Amen.
I'm saying this prayer. I've been saying it a lot. Like, I pray Bella Shmurda, his dad, his mom, his wife, his son have the strong faith in themselves to find a way to move out of that this pain, because it's something you don't know how long it's going to take them to be in this level of losing this boy.
There's something we call.
It might come back in the next 10 years and they can still break them.
Of course. And
I pray they have the power to be able to be strong, to see him as an angel that have changed the course of Nigerian music industry. Yeah. His death is not just ordinary death now. The death has become something that is sparkling. It's a revolutionary. Mind. Right now, I'm on my rage of like, how the fuck y'all just make this thing happen? So my point is, I pray we can find justice.
Amen.
And when I say justice, I'm not saying going after anybody, because the justice is just beyond just finding out whatever happened to Mohbad. It's about, if the justice stand, it changes the Nigerian music industry. Because like I believe in law, once it's been passed into law, it becomes a reference. Like you could go back to and say, if you could do this, we could do this. So hopefully we can find justice to that. And hopefully for every record label out there can do better than how they're doing. And as an individual, as a Nigerian, I hope we can do better too.
Okay.
And when I say we can do better, is in terms of every time we're quick to talk, take a pause.
Exactly. Step back.
And don't be quick to drop your view just because you want to talk. And you might be in pain, and everything we all saying is coming from who we are and how we perceive to see life. Everything I'm talking about right now is because of how I see my life and how I can relate in their world. That doesn't mean I'm right. That doesn't mean everything I've said right now is right.
True, same here.
No, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying think outside the box about Mohbad death.
Right. Before
his last day in this world and after his death. After his death, a lot of people started knowing Mohbad.
Can you believe his EP, I think it's his EP, was #1 on Apple Music. Right after about it, right? Just because, went #1, and because people are trying to even people that don't even know him. Who is this? What does he sing? Why is he trended?
And if you really listen to Mohbad, every song of Mohbad is about his pain.
Right.
How his dad borrowed money for him to go to school.
Right.
That he didn't go to school.
Right.
How he's carpenter. How his mom left him when he was 10. And how he's struggling with his record label. How he's trying to believe in himself. How he's trying not to snitch on people. Because everything was still I'm not going to snitch on you guys, but I'm still going to let people know I'm going through this.
Right.
And I'm hoping I can get over it. And this last album that I listened to, there's a track that I sell Sabi said, I pray my foes don't laugh over me. And the boy died. Right. And to me now, like I told you, I said that song hit because now they can't laugh. Well, I said they can't laugh. Shit is going crazy in Nigeria now.
Right.
So the boy said a prayer before. Dagrin may so rest in perfect peace. I'm not bringing Dagrin. Dagrin saw it. Dagrin said, if I die, don't cry for me. Mohbad said, I pray my enemy don't laugh over me. And right now he's dead. They can't even. We saw Sammy Larry dropping a voice note saying he's dead. Nobody talks about somebody that is dead. It's only in a movie. As a human being, I don't care the rift you have with a boy. You shouldn't have get to that level of. Would you wish that kind of statement had been said to you? Now you're coming out of life saying, Mohbad is my brother, we just have a rift. But then you said it out saying, I saw the video myself, this is fact. Like you said, nobody talks, is in the movie you talk about, dead will come at you. In this real world, there's no way. It's the death is not coming after you. And now you're coming out, rubbing your I'm sorry to Nigeria. I didn't know better, because you're scared. So that's just my take about everything. Nigerian, please, as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba person, don't be carried away about what you know. Please open your mind for the fact and let the fact stays. And for any musician, please don't exploit any record label. Please.
Even vice versa.
And the record label too, y'all
do not exploit
better.
Exactly.
Do better, please.
Record label too,
because
please do not exploit your artists.
Afrobeat is about to take over the world, and this is the thing coming out as an Afrobeat.
Right, and it's devastating.
It's an image we don't want to carry to America, where an American are like, y'all be killing yourself back home or what?
Right. It's not. We don't want.
They're respecting us as an Afrobeat, but now we're sending the Afrobeat to where, like, damn, y'all be kicking your ass like that. You don't take care of yourself.
There is too much. There is too much we could. There's a lot we could do, and it starts from me. It starts from Old Fresh. There's a lot we could do. Your voices, financially, you see somebody going through. We need to do better. Let's start speaking out. I know you're like, oh, who do I talk to? There's always somebody in the industry that you could reach out to and say, listen, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through. How can you help me? Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Don't feel like your back is against the wall. Just reach out. Just talk to somebody. You just never know. That person might relate the message to somebody else. Might relate the message to somebody else. Like, it might go to another extent where you're gonna get the help you need, and you have to speak out. You're gonna hear the nurse say like, "Oh no, I don't know what you're going through. I don't understand your feeling. I don't understand that. Everybody goes through this." No, you have to be able to stand out for yourself and say, "Nah, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna go through it." It could be the record label. It could be the artist. There's something we need to do to come together and not let this incident happen again or repeat itself. It's not looking good. It's not gonna look good internationally. It's not gonna look good locally. Whatever way you want to dissect it and cut it, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We need to do better, like you said, Old Fresh. We need to do better.
Yep.
We need to understand where this Afrobeat is going in years from now. We need to understand, like, we're about to take over.
We're ready?
Right. We
Burna Boy is putting us on the track right now. Like, nah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Burna Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
And to all
I told
big
him,
artists
keep
too.
streaming art. I'm sorry. Just keep streaming there.
To Whiskey, to Olamide, to
everybody,
Asake, to Rema, Fireboy.
Let's go.
What else name that I know is going big international? Omale.
Omale is doing his thing. Omale is doing his thing low key.
Timaya, I remember when Timaya went to Australia to do a show. And a lot of people don't.
Timaya's been international, but when he spends his time more in the islands. Like in the islands, he's known. Big. He's been big in the islands.
People just don't put Timaya in that level.
They don't put him. They don't.
Because I remember, like, I think it was 2015 when Timaya went to Australia to go do a big show, and it's just funny.
This artist been doing shows internationally,
like,
though.
They've been doing it. It's not today. We just
people that need to catch up. We need to listen. Y'all need to catch up on this, guys, man. We about to take over. So we taking over, but we just scratching the surface. I feel like we're scratching the surface.
Most definitely. I'm just gonna say this for everybody that have listened to this particular episode. We're not trying to disrespect the dead.
Absolutely not.
And may soul of Mohbad rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
And we pray the family have the strength to stay strong with the passing of the loss. To his crew, to his manager, to all his friends that look up to him, and to all his fans. I'm part of his fans, and to Nigeria at whole, to Afrobeat. We pray we can have the strength to not to let go, but to see him as an angel that have opened our eyes to a lot of things happening in the music industry in Nigeria.
Right.
And the last thing I would say, please, when you come online, anything you want to say, when you see a sign of somebody struggling, or crying out,
help,
just help. And when I mean help, you might not be able to take their burden, but you might refer them to something there's a lot of people that are ready to help out there that we just don't know. And don't limit our scope to just there's internet. There are people out there. I've been a privilege of meeting people all around the world in different places that I don't even expect. But one thing I learned is being real to yourself will take you a long place. Mohbad was real to himself, but I think the depression took a hold of him, and it was doing more of the depression side instead of being embracing like there's people that want to help me. It's taking it all in like, okay, if I go like this is what people will remember me of, and it ended up going because he allowed the depression to take hold of him. But there are out there people that really, really want to help, and I know people have been helping him too. So without us saying too much, this is CTDAmongblacks. And our goal is to, connect the dots, bring awareness to things that people don't think is important as a Nigerian in America. And our goal is to help you to see things from another box, that we're all being put in a box as a human being. But the moment you could think outside that box, you realize that there's more to this world than how you see it. And it's a privilege having you, Victor, on this particular episode. And you're going to be seeing Victor more. And we hope we've been able to, open your eyes. We're not trying to create any unnecessary discussion in the times that we're making the government to lose track of what they're doing, because they were like this news saying people should be careful what they say, but that doesn't mean we still can't say one or two things based on what we know. And we're just that mouth, the face that will help you to see things better than how you see it. And I hope this particular episode have been helping to help you. But like I always say, for my last thing, I would say, like, you know, everything you're doing right now might not make a lot of sense, but please believe in yourself. Don't give up, and the right people out there will definitely find you. And that is when it's going to make a lot of sense to people around you, because a lot of people around you doesn't have to believe in you. You just got to believe in yourself. Until our next episode, I don't know, maybe you want to say one or two things before we wrap it up?
No, you nailed it.
You know, thank you very much. Subscribe, share this.
Come on.
And let's see you on the next episode. And stay blessed and stay happy, please. When you have depression, seek help.
Seek help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bless up.
Yes, sir.